But that's an all-time classic, hence solo queue ranked. And today I'm just going to briefly show what I look for before I do Gujin. And the absolute first thing you want to do is analyze what everybody mainly do. Does people play meta? Do people play non-meta? See who they ban. Don't make anybody upset by banning who they play. And then you want to potentially analyze the team composition. For example, this person really likes Clint, and Clint would be a perfect advantage laning against any other marksman, most likely. For example, this one likes to play squishy jungles that can potentially be hyper heroes, so you'll probably need a really good support and have a tank or somebody with good crowd control EXP, or it could have a good tank and then have somebody who doesn't really need as much crowd control EXP. This person, I don't see any recent rounds for EXP, which means he could offlane. He might go ahead and fill the role, but he could pretty much use any hero that's somewhat sustainable in EXP if you have Carmilla in the roam.
Your team is banning.
And just from that analysis, you'll be able to avoid the danger if your team composition could potentially be too squishy, things like that, which could be a major issue if you don't see it right away, and then you make a mistake and choose a hero that could break the team composition or might not benefit from the team composition.
Team is picking.
Like, for example, Gujin doesn't really benefit from EXP unless you have like a fighter jungle or a tank jungle. But then Gujin can benefit most team compositions from mid and jungle. But even with jungle, he will probably either need a tank side lane or a roam. If he has like a support like Angela and then like somebody squishy in EXP, then you're on a risk to lose for Gujin. Oh my god, if he chooses Gujin, my heart is skipping a beat, guys. Whew, thank God he or she decided to do Selena. Thank goodness, I'm relieved. Alright. So this enemy team has a lot of physical burst. So this is what I decided to do. I decided to switch my emblem to 250 max HP because I don't want them one-shotting me too quickly. And plus I wouldn't need much penetration because most of them are squishy. And then I decided to do Purify. I was really thinking between Purify and Aegis because Aegis will save me from somebody like Natalia or Selena, but then Purify would save me from Inciderhar and Cho. So I was kind of debating it. So with another analysis, the best way you can counter somebody super squishy like that, even if they did, is that first thing, they don't have marksman, okay, which means they won't have as much push. But then that means if you also take a lord, they won't be able to defend efficiently because they don't have that shooter or that far range to protect them.
5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield.
And this is the level of map awareness you should have when you're against a team like that, where there's like a lot of assassins, a lot of people who can win against you in a 1v1, like Selena could win against me in a 1v1 depending on how good she is. So by doing so, you always want to keep distance because Natalia can come out the bush somewhere and then Selena can throw her stun. As you see, Selena threw her stun, so I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm pretty much watching like a hawk. I don't see Natalia yet, so okay, now I see Natalia up there at the top lane. For this team enemy composition, the main goal is to not have a marksman instead of like having a bad marksman. So by doing so, their goal is to take down our marksman. So it's always good that we glaze over the map and that we look to make sure our marksman is doing okay, because if our marksman gets slightly fed for late game, then they're going to be on the potential of losing. And the fact that Bellerit goes down so quickly, it just raises the flag that they're an early game team and that we shouldn't really mess around in team fight because we're still getting built with our items, but you can see their damage is strong from the start. So that's the main difference with early and mid game and late game heroes. So right here, we're pretty much in danger. I want to be outside of his angle for Hellcurt because he can strike me down from that angle. So I'm going to switch my angle a little bit so that he misses. And as you see, once he misses, he's pretty much free to kill after that. So right here, he thinks I'm going to move backwards, but instead I move the opposite direction. So right here, he wants me, but he wastes his skills because he notices I'm level 3. And basically, I pretty much juked out his ankles. And because he uses Blink and his skill 1, it makes Hellcurt very easy to kill. Now, Cho, Hellcurt, and Selena take down our tank, but I have to be careful because Natalia is still missing. And for me, I'm not at level 4. I'm not really trying to go any further. Like, I'm not going to go past your first minion in the lane because I know they're probably going to come out. Now, approaching the turtle, Hellcurt is going to be the only one who could potentially steal the turtle, so it would be smart to kill him over the other people. So when Selena my S1 on Hellcurt, once identifying Mincidahar is not in my way, I'm able to go in because his crowd control is the only main concern. So again, I used my blink to run away from Selena's stun, and I was able to get a more fixated position on Hellcurt. So by dodging Selena's stun and then fixing my positioning for Hellcurt so my S1 doesn't miss, I was able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So right here is a bad approach because I'm directly in her range, which means she can do her ult, S2 and S1 and potentially combo me. So if I was to run in this direction, I would be able to be near Jawhead and Natalia would be out of range. But by going closer to her, she was able to combo me. I don't know too much about Natalia, so I don't know if she lands debuffs, but I decided to use my Purify. Alright, I see Paquito is near. He might turn. What? Paquito, where are you, bro? So right here, I'm sitting here thinking, Paquito is not going into the enemy tower, so I'm thinking he's going to turn around and get Natalia for me. So that's why I decided to go ahead and dive, but as you see, Paquito is somewhere in his own head. I don't know what he was doing, and he came in late, and Natalia didn't even die. Look at Paquito, bro, going. What is he doing? Oh my god, this Paquito is bad. I can't believe I put my trust in him. So another Lord approach. I'm staying opposite sides from Mincidahar and from Selena. And it looks like Mincidahar uses his ult, which makes him pretty easy to take down. But we weren't able to finish off the kill. Because I'm mid, I just want to emphasize you should always be there for turtle because you just never know who's going to get it, because I thought maybe our jungle would get it, but as you see, both of them mess up their retreat and I was able to get the turtle. So there's sometimes benefits that you don't really think about. So right here, I can pretty much predict that Cho will go in for a marksman because he looks like he's by himself. So we were able to come out the bush and we were able to kill him. So right here, you want to use a little bit of predicting skills just before taking an approach because Cho might not be by himself. And this is secretly a team fight because you see Natalia's invisible form and then you also see Selena's trap. So right here, they're bidding out Cho to be an initiator for a marksman. So right here is important because Jawhead is giving vision to the enemy team because Natalia is near him, but he's super far from Clint, and then me and Bellaric are in the bush, so they can't see us. Therefore, Cho goes in because he assumes, oh, Jawhead is far because the only person they were able to see was Jawhead as me and Bellaric were in the bush. So looking back at it, for the combo itself, I land my skill 1 on Cho and throw skill 2, so by the time I dive, and pull, I'm already doing significant damage. Basically for my ult, I just wait when he ults and I blink wherever he blinks after he ults, and that's basically how I got him. And right here, this pretty much just wraps up this specific team fight in the top lane. Right here, Selena's stun comes in almost faster than a bullet, which really catches me off guard, but I decided to go in anyways and try to see how many kills I can get. But as you see, my positioning was a little bit off. So after getting stunned, I realized I have some health to spare. So that gives me enough confidence to go in. So right here, I'm left in danger because I collect my daggers too early and he flickered to the enemies, so I'm pretty much stuck. And the only thing I can do to finish him off is my ultimate. So collecting daggers too early before reaching your target will make you lack significant damage. And by lacking damage, I had to use my ult to kill off Cho instead of running away from the team fight, which left me pretty much vulnerable, and that's how they got me. Right here, I'm going to scare this Mincidahar and pop out the bush, and then ult as quickly as I can so he doesn't react. Because Mincidahar has CC, you wouldn't want to dash right away because you're going to get stuck under his crowd control. So instead, you want to throw your skill 2 so that by the time you do reach the crowd control person, you're already doing enough damage to where you can finish them off with your ult. And in this situation, blinking behind him just seemed like the right thing to do because I would be closer to my team instead of near the enemy bush. But even though I did get that kill, they all came out like a pack of hyenas and they assassinated the you-know-what out of me, alright? So was killing him instead of hard worth all that pain? I can't really tell. I just really wanted him because he just didn't look like he saw me. So that's why I went in and got him. But was it a worthy kill exchange? I don't know. So right here, I'm making Cho slow his roll by trying to take this tower. So I go ahead, but as you see, he's missing. I know they've been in the bush lately, so I checked the bushes with my skill 1, and it happens to land on Cho. I had a bad feeling that he was somewhere missing on our side. Listen, call me crazy or I got these incredible spidey senses, but I was like, yo, the minute he was missing off that map, I just had a bad feeling because Natalia and Selena been using this bush a lot. So before I even rotate, I decided to, use my skill 1 and skill 2 precaution. Did I expect this to land? Absolutely not. I was just doing my bush check because I know they've been in the bushes lately. I thought maybe Natalia or somebody would be there. I didn't really expect for Cho to be there. I stepped back a little bit, seeing he gonna move, but he really wanted a challenge, so I'm gonna give it to him. This guy looking lost and confused, bro. So again, I throw S1 and S2 because he has crowd control, so by the time I reach him, I want to have already done damage to him. So I'm prepared to ult because I want to be out of his range from him ulting me. And as you see, he had a little reaction time. And then I was able to take my time to land my S1 and S2. And by the time he was able to land his ult, I had already killed him. So after Selena throws her little trap thing or whatever, that gives me the perfect opportunity to go in. And I was able to angle and kill Natalia. So right here, you can clearly see Jawhead is pretty much out in the open, so Selena feels comfortable to go in. But this causes everybody to come out. So right here, I don't recall my daggers because I know that Natalia was isolating herself from the enemy team, which made her pretty much my main target. So right here, Natalia's like, oh, I'm going to run from the team back into the bush so I can strike them out later. So I'm like, that ain't finna happen, honey. So right here, I'm going to be chasing her and killing her before she reaches this bush. So as you see, I already had my finger hovered over the ult to ult in the designated direction. So right here, there's many things you can do. I pull my daggers, ult, and go closer to her. So I did the fireworks combo thing again. And we pretty much cleaned the team fight up from here. So we had actually took victory on this team fight right here, knocking pretty much almost all of them out. Cho ended up low. So that's really all the important moments for that round. I'm just going to go ahead and just see our last approach because we pretty much, once we got the Lord, we pretty much ended their entire point of their team composition, and which resulted us taking victory. Regular Mythic is such a weird rank. You got people just doing whatever. So right here, I maxed out my graph with the laning, DPS, gold, team fight, durability, and I was able to jump up to number 19 in the global ranks. That was a pretty decent round. Yeah, thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Right there, I had 20 people watch that round and 280 diamonds gifted. So, wow, I'm pretty stunned.